Thrifted time!
Gertrude Stein penned the famous line, "A rose is a rose is a rose." But Gertrude was wrong. A rose isn't always a rose. Sometimes it can be the sign of a miracle.
You know what Monica's woo-woo means, right? Around these parts, that signals the start of another Perked-Up Roses and Rosewood, exclusively right here on the Thrift Store Rundown, where every Monday morning I'm blending The Bachelor and Pretty Little Liars, Roses and Rosewood, together and perking it up with friends. As always, on a budget. Last week was fantastic, and you know I don't throw that time around casually. Fantastic. But it really was. I love branching out of the three core elements of this series, as long as those articles strike my fancy a lot. This issue, not so much. We're going to keep things relatively simple. This is OK issue number 5, October 9th, 2017. And right away, judging from this top story, these guys are hitting a gutter ball right from the first roll. Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel's $300 million divorce, nasty fights over other women, yada yada yada. Come on, this is such a blatant lie that it makes the other 3 cover stories here in terms of accuracy match up to the quality of the art section of the New York Times. And that's saying a lot for OK Magazine. At least in terms of these 2 stories. So, I'm not even gonna bother. Let's get underway with Riverdale and Dynasty on the CW, which as a whole is on its last legs as the network that dared to defy. One already had its curtain call, the other will see its swan song in the months to come. You know my feelings on Riverdale, right? I'm fairly optimistic about giving this a try, but still definitely hesitant. Nevertheless, I do fancy Veronica, and Betty, and Cheryl for that matter. But if I gotta choose, I'll fight my brother Adrian for Veronica's hand in marriage to Mila Mendes. My brother Adrian and I fancy her quite a bit. Then again, if she's off limits, which she is right now, Madeline Petz and Billy Reinhardt, Cheryl and Betty would make viable options indeed. As for Dynasty, although I've never seen Dynasty, as far as it being vicious, ambitious, and delicious go, in terms of living up to the original, I think it did quite an admirable job. As far as the word delicious goes, in terms of the trio that we have right here, even though I hate when this word is used outside of the context of food, that would certainly apply to Elizabeth Gills. You know, also Jade from Victorious. I like her quite a bit. Anyway, where is the random lottery in this unholy trifecta gonna take us to today? Is it gonna take us to Rosewood? Villa de la Vina? Is it gonna take us to Central Park? A flip of the page tells the story. And this time it's taking us, well, on a detour from Villa de la Vina to the OK Schwick Quattro U Fashion Week event in New York City with Best Legs Award recipient Rachel Lindsay. Skid is in New York City, September 13th. Schwick Quattro U Best Legs recipient, former Bachelorette Rachel Lindsay, rocking her award-winning legs with a shave so close you can skip a shave or 2. Yeah, she's got legs for days, and I do like legs. However, my other favorite features on a woman, well, I got 4 of them. 2 of them I'm going to mention here, just to keep it PC. A woman's arms. The other 2 are dead center, and I'll go no further on that because I don't want to get flagged. And by the way, that's not the only instance you'll see Rachel Lindsay in here. No, there's more to come from her. But for now, let's go from New York City straight to the runway with some Fashion Week inspiration straight from the runway. Stylist Alyssa Sutter says the 411 on 4 real-life trends to wear this fall. Deep red, rocking it like Olivia Culpo and Lucy Hale. Suiting like Jordan Dunn, funky frames, and vintage-inspired fabric, which is the focal point of this segment. The ultimate throwback to your grandmother's wardrobe. Designers displayed the vintage-inspired trend in jewel tones with extra embellishments and reconstructed silhouettes. Lucy Hale's Fausto Puglisi look on left at the Teen Choice Awards was the perfect combination of old meets new. You know, Lucy Hale is such a stylish little goose. She can pretty much rock almost anything. She definitely takes up after Aria in that regard. Now it's time for some friends, and yet again I'm contextualizing that loosely because in this edition of Soundbites where celebs say the darndest things, we got here Jennifer Aniston. We all know she's far behind her Rachel days, but to be honest with you, not that far behind. When Justin proposed, he put that freaking ring on my finger, and I was like, holy crap. Now I'm gonna have to get manicures. That's Jen, dishing out her 8-carat engagement ring from Justin Thoreau, now ex-husband. I said a couple of weeks ago that dating Jennifer Aniston took the effort of an Olympian. Proposing to her is an enormous act of courage far beyond earthly measures. Getting married to her? Well, there's really no word for that level of courage. Who will be next? Who will be Justin's successor? One can only pray that it would be you out there who was in love with Rachel Lee from the get-go. I wasn't, but I kinda am now. You know, Monica's my dream, but I have to fight Chandler for her. By the way, she's also mentioned in a rather phony cover story here about Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon having an off-camera feud because of Reese Witherspoon spending less time with Nicole and more time with Jen on the set of Apple TV's The Morning Show. You know what? That's just another blatant lie, so I'm not even going to bother featuring her in there. She deserves far more respect than that. And finally, back to Fashion Week with OK's Fall Fashion Week event. Fashion and Hollywood. OK brought the stars together at New York City's most buzzed about hotspot, the recently revamped Under the Hudson at the Hudson Hotel to celebrate Fall Fashion Week. We have here a host of Bravo, Real Housewives, and Southern Charm alumni, Miss Universe and Miss USA. We also have here castmates from Orange is the New Black, and the couple du jour, Rachel Lindsay and Brian Abasolo. And they're not just over here, they're also here, and Rachel's here sporting a basketball. She showed off her sporty side in the chic Quattro U lounge. You put it all together and you, Rachel Lindsay stands to have quite a field day with this particular issue. Normally, at this point, I would do a random page flip, but there's barely anything else to add to this, so I'm just gonna call it here and award this because of the blatant lie of a top story here. 4.5 out of 5 claps. Yet another instance of OK Magazine in terms of the 3 core components in this series living up to its title of just being okay. We'll see what next week has in store for us, so you take care, thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to stop and smell the roses, Bachelor Nation. Sometimes some roses are a lot more rotten than you think. Thanks for watching. Check out more TSR by clicking on another awesome review like this one, top left, and be sure to subscribe by clicking top right. Until next time, I'll catch you on the Thrift Side.